Okay, here we go. This is the knockout. We can only have one winner, and I don't know why I'm holding my teacup up because it's still way too hot to drink. Listen, I woke up in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning after falling asleep early, and I had Bad Bunny's music going on in my head because I had been listening to it. Driven to listen to it by the people at Turning Point who are very much against the Bun Bun. And we will get into my feelings about Bad Bunny's music in a little bit. But, here's the thing that's going on right now. We know this. There's a Super Bowl show, and Bad Bunny is doing, there's the Super Bowl. Let's not forget that the Super Bowl is an actual sporting event. And then there is the halftime show. And I believe it's Bad Bunny and Green Day, right? I think Green Day are playing as well. Am I wrong about that? I'll have to look that up. Because they're completely, no, does anyone even care about Green Day at this point, right? And so Turning Point decided they would get Kid Rock and some crappy country artists. And I don't say that lightly. I like country. Ernest Tubb is one of my favorite recording artists of all time. Fantastic stuff. I enjoy Johnny Cash. Hank. But the stuff that they are peddling, to me, is not even close to country music, and it's not nearly the quality. So I won't even get into that. But Kid Rock is the headliner, as Bad Bunny is the headliner. So I thought, why not? Because these guys are going on all about politics and stuff. Like, Bad Bunny's going to wear a dress, or, he's not Christian like Kid Rock is, And you can look up Kid Rock's lyrics and decide just how Christian he is. I don't think any of this has to do with Christianity. I think it has to do with xenophobia. The fact that Bad Bunny's music will likely be in Spanish. And people are hating on that. I've got to keep my mind trained here. So anyway, this is all going on. Now, typically, as someone who is trying to learn how to write songs and trying to perform, you start to not want to criticize other artists because you realize just how difficult it is, right? And also, there's this thing of personal tastes as well. But what's happened here is that Kid Rock has signed on with Turning Point to go against Bad Bunny. Right? They are trying to torpedo Bad Bunny. And Kid Rock, you signed on to this, so we're going to go through this, and we're going to show you for what you are. And you will deserve it. I think everyone knows the outcome. Everyone knows the outcome. But let's actually do a study. I'm taking a few songs. One from Bad Bunny. Is not his most popular. And I'm taking one from Kid Rock, and it's not his most popular. Why am I not choosing the most popular? Well, if I choose the most popular, then we're going to get a song by Kid Rock that was actually mostly written by Warren Zevon and Lynyrd Skynyrd. Show us your chops, Kid Rock. Do you understand harmony? Can you write a melody? Or are you just blathering over top of shit? Let's find out today on the Knockout. Okay, we're going to start with Kid Rock. This song, I pulled up on Spotify, what are the popular songs, and near the top is this one, Cowboy. And I thought, well, this makes a lot of sense to choose this. This is appealing to the Turning Point people. They are authentic cowboys. They've got their Stetson hats and their steers and all this other stuff. They're certainly not fake cowboys. They're not fake Christians, are they? I'm going to put this on, and you'll see my reaction to it, and then we will discuss what's going on with the music. Here we go.
Cowboy. Cowboy.
Well, I'm packing up my game and I'ma head out west, where real women come equipped with scripts and fake breasts. Find a nest in the hills, chill like Flint. Buy an old drop top, find a spot to pimp. Then I'm a kid, rock it up and down your block. Go with with a bottle of scotch and watch lots of crotch. Buy a yacht with a flag saying chillin' the most. Then rock that bitch up and down the coast. Give a toast to the sun, drink with the stars. Get thrown in the mix and tossed out of bars. Zip to Tijuana, I wanna roam. Find Motown, telling fools to come back home. Start an escort service for all the right reasons. And set up shop at the top of Four Seasons. Kid Rock and I'm the real McCoy. And I'm headed out west, sucker, because I wanna be a cowboy, baby.
With a top left back and the sunshine shining.
Cowboy, baby.
West Coast chillin' with the booms
I wanna be
whining.
a cowboy, baby.
Riding at night 'cause I sleep all day.
Cowboy, baby.
I can smell a pig from a mile away.
I bet you'll hear my whistle blowing when my train rolls in. It goes like dust in the wind. I once was lost,
but now I'm just blind.
palm trees and weed, scab knees and rice. Get a map to the stars, find Heidi flights. And if the price is right, then I'm gonna make my bid, boy, and let California know why they call me cowboy, baby.
With a top left back and the sunshine shining.
Cowboy, baby.
West Coast chillin' with the booms
I wanna be a
whining.
cowboy, baby.
Riding at night 'cause I sleep all day.
Cowboy, baby.
I can smell a pig from a mile away.
Okay, so very interesting. You know, they're a decent chord progression, a slow start to the song, a little bit tacky. Dynamics, not a lot of dynamics in there. Vocal abilities, well, it's straight up, what do you call it, white rap, you know, and it's not incredibly creative, you know, but it's not awful. Well, maybe it is awful, but it's not as awful as I would expect, to be honest with you. It's okay. It's okay. So anyone that is expecting me to come in here and say that everything Kid Rock has ever done is trash, I'm not going to be saying that. There's some decent guitar work in there. I wonder who works with him, or if he's playing guitar, you know. It's decent, like it does everything it needs to do. Is it good country music? Not in my opinion. You know, there is so much better country music to listen to, but we are in the modern kind of era, and so a lot of people are dying off, you know. And I don't like where Nashville is today. The stuff that I hear coming out of Nashville, it is very disappointing. It does not stand up to and does not stand on the shoulders of giants that came before it. But anyway, as far as dynamics go with the song, I'd say it's minimal. As far as excitement goes from the song, it's not looking for excitement, you know. It's really pandering to the concept of the past and then the sound of the cowboy with a modern kind of city lyrics over top of it. And that's what you get. How am I going to rate it? I mean, it's a middle of the road stuff. And you know, when I'm looking at this stuff, I'm looking at, if I could be great, you know, who would inspire me? Would this inspire me to be great? No, not at all. Not at all. That is not going to inspire me to pick up an instrument and say, I want to be great like this guy. Certainly not. Okay, so let's move on to our next piece.
Pensaba que contigo iba a envejecer en otra vida, en otro mundo por hacer. En esta solo queda irme un día y solamente verte en el atardecer. Si me van sola y triste no me hablan. Si me ven sola y triste soy culpable. La vida es una fiesta que un día termina y fuiste tú mi baile inolvidable. Y fuiste tú mi baile inolvidable.
Mientras uno está vivo, uno debe amar lo más que pueda.
Okay, I'm stopping it there, and we're actually gonna restart it. We're talking about dynamics. Wow, the chords that he's starting off with this, and then the harmonies, and then his vocals going into two different ranges. This is what I'm talking about. You know, if we can picture these two songs going up into a boxing ring, who do you think is going to win the match? I think we know who's going to get the knockout today. Incredible stuff. You don't get to the absolute top without stuff like this. Let's play it again and listen to a lot more of the song. Here we go.
Pensaba que contigo iba a envejecer. En otra vida, en otro mundo por hacer. En esta solo queda irme un día y solamente verte en el atardecer. Si me van sola y triste no me hablan. Si me ven sola y triste soy culpable. La vida es una fiesta que un día termina. Y fuiste tú mi baile inolvidable. Y fuiste tú mi baile inolvidable.
Mientras uno está vivo, uno debe amar lo más que pueda.
Pensaba que contigo iba a envejecer. En otra vida, en otro mundo podrá ser. En esta solo queda irme un día y ver pa'l cielo a ver si te veo caer. Si me ven solo y triste no me hablan. Si me ven solo y triste soy culpable. La vida es una fiesta que un día termina. Y fuiste tú mi baile inolvidable.
No, no te puedo olvidar, no, no te puedo borrar. Tú me enseñaste a querer, me enseñaste a bailar. No, no te puedo olvidar, no, no te puedo borrar.
Okay. I hope you could hear me playing on the cajon, which is underneath, because it inspired me to do that. I realized I'm using this as a chair right now, so why not get involved in that? Wow. So much to talk about in this song. The musicianship is incredible, and the production is great. As a matter of fact, this is what inspired me to get into buying albums in the first place. There was just the rhythms are exceptional, the harmonies are exceptional, the melody is great, the vocals are powerful. It's just infectious. It's absolutely incredible to me. And it's very, it's a mixture of modern music with authentic music that actually works. Unlike what I was saying about a lot of Nashville today, it absolutely does not work. It has no authenticity to it at all. But here we have this music that is harkening back perhaps to earlier days in Puerto Rico and nailing it, absolutely nailing it. Bad Bunny destroys all competition in the pop realm from what I'm listening to here. There might be better, more authentic music of this genre, but it's not so distant from the Buena Vista Social Club, which was an actual phenomenon when those recordings came out. This I find even more exciting. There is just an excitement around Bad Bunny's music that it's very hard to compete with. So, taking those very basic kind of chord progressions we had from Kid Rock with the very basic rapping over top of it and comparing that to absolutely stellar harmonies and melodies, great vocals, great musical performances from end to end, actual authenticity that rings true. There's absolutely no comparison. Kid Rock, you did yourself a disservice going up against one of the best just because you're apparently a xenophobe, or at least you hang out with xenophobes, because sadly the music is in Spanish and you can't handle that. You know how many languages I have in the music behind me? I've got Spanish, I've got Italian, I've got German. Does it matter? The music matters. But the people playing for Turning Point, they don't see it that way, do they? And they have just embarrassed themselves by competing with the best when they are, at best, mediocre. Who wins the knockout round? The Bun Bun. Boom! You're out on your ass, stone cold broken jaw. Kid Rock, you idiot. Thanks for watching. Have a good